Welcome back, Fear Fiends, to the Chillergeist Horror League. Kicking off our survival horror division, it's a terrifying taste of backwoods brutality. In the blood-red corner, we have the inbred, trap-setting masters of the Appalachian forest, the cannibals from Wrong Turn. And in the corpse-blue corner, the radiation-mutated, familial menace of the Nevada desert, the hillbilly clan from the hills have eyes. A true clash of feral, territorial savagery. And the winner, by virtue of their relentless, inescapable presence in the dark, twisty woods, is the cannibals.
Subject cannibals' superior territorial control index and highly diversified capture and retention protocols gave them the statistical edge over the localized ambush tactics of subject hillbilly clan. A clear dominance in resource management, human.
Our second bout pits lone wolf sadism against pack mentality. From the blood-red corner, we have the charming, yet utterly terrifying, outback psychopath, Mick Taylor from Wolf Creek. His methodical torture and casual cruelty are a marvel of sadism. And in the corpse-blue corner, the ruthless, escalating violence of the rural youth, the residents from Eden Lake. The battle between precision sadism and chaotic mob rule. And the winner, displaying a higher longevity of terror quotient and exceptional individual brutality, is Mick Taylor.
Subject Taylor's statistically superior individual lethality rating and torture protocol versatility outweighed the numerical advantage of subject residents. His high repeat offender metric confirms consistent operational proficiency.
Time to descend into the darkness for our third matchup. In the blood-red corner, the blind, feral, cave-dwelling apex predators, the mutants from the descent. Creatures perfectly adapted to terror in absolute darkness. And in the corpse-blue corner, the ultimate practitioner of human-as-prey sport, the game hunter from the most dangerous game. The sheer artistry of primal hunting versus sophisticated, psychological pursuit. And the winner, leveraging a natural habitat advantage and sheer sensory adaptation, is the mutants.
Subject mutants' 100% environmental superiority rating and exceptional sensory deprivation advantage in subterranean regions nullified subject game hunters' tactical training coefficient. An environmental mismatch proved statistically fatal.
It's nature's unthinking horror in our fourth match. From the blood-red corner, we have the magnificent, territorial Leviathan, the shark from the shallows. Pure, predatory instinct with the entire ocean as its hunting ground. And in the corpse-blue corner, the relentless, massive forest behemoth, the bear from backcountry. The ocean's perfect predator versus the forest's fury. And the winner, maintaining control over a vast, resource-limited domain, is the shark.
Subject shark's superior domain control factor within the water column and higher target immobility index proved statistically dominant over subject bear's terrestrial limitations. A higher inevitability rating was calculated.
Rounding out the division, we have a stark contrast between human cruelty and elemental indifference. In the blood-red corner, the terrifying, isolated aggression of the woodsman from Deliverance. The absolute horror of man's inhumanity to man. And in the corpse-blue corner, the cold, unforgiving, and silent threat of the snow environment from Frozen. Unseen malice versus unfeeling nature. And the winner, representing the focused, conscious infliction of trauma, is the woodsman.
Subject woodsman's high proactive threat index and specific psychological trauma infliction rate statistically surpassed the ambient mortality metrics of subject snow environment. Consciousness equals higher intentional harm rating.
We're taking a short break now, and after we will plunge into the ink-black depths of the top 10. Stay tuned. Starting our descent into terror at number 10, it's the cold, unfeeling indifference of nature itself, the snow environment from Frozen. A villain that kills with silence and overwhelming elemental force, Boris. A magnificent, if unfeeling, presence.
Subject environment secures the final position based on its high unavoidability coefficient. Its primary methodology is resource depletion and thermal regulation failure, resulting in 100% mortality correlation once exposure parameters are exceeded. However, its lack of conscious malice or intentional pursuit limits its placement. The threat is passive, yet absolute, achieving a 9.0 existential dread index due to the raw power displayed, but lacking the critical villainous intent metric required for higher ranking. Sliding into the number 9 spot, we find a more focused, human kind of dread, the woodsman from Deliverance. The absolute, primal horror of man's dark nature, twisting a peaceful journey into a terrifying ordeal. The woodsmen achieve this ranking due to their extreme psychological trauma infliction rate and an unexpectedly high environmental adaptability score. They represent a localized, highly efficient threat exploiting social isolation and geographical vulnerability. Their methodology prioritizes subject humiliation before termination, scoring low on tactical sophistication, but high on the inherent human fear index. Their ranking is depressed by a limited operational scope and reliance on victims' isolation rather than active hunting. At number 8, we return to the wild, but this time with a focused, visceral appetite, the bear from backcountry. A magnificent, terrifying brute whose survival instinct makes it an engine of pure, uncompromising horror. Subject bear registers a high primal fear response metric, based on its overwhelming physical dominance and lack of predictable pursuit protocol. Its success rate is directly proportional to victim proximity and is not influenced by emotional state or tactical evasion. The simplicity of its motivation, sustenance and territorial defense contributes to its inevitability rating. Despite a lower intelligence quotient than human antagonists, its raw destructive force index and capacity for prolonged, visceral engagement secure its position above environmental and limited human threats.
Moving up to number 7, we plunge into the water for the ultimate solitary hunter, the shark from the shallows. A territorial titan of the sea, trapping its victim in a tiny patch of precarious safety.
Subject shark is highly ranked for its 100% domain control factor within its designated aquatic operational zone. Its termination efficiency is maximized by leveraging the victim's immobility factor and resource depletion rate. While its motivation is purely instinctual, its placement is justified by the strategic, relentless pressure applied to the subject, demonstrating a high calculated cruelty index. The environment becomes a weapon, and the subject's escape metrics are statistically negligible once confinement parameters are established.
Just missing the top 5, at number 6, we have the chillingly civilized menace, the game hunter from the most dangerous game. He elevates the pursuit of human life into a sport, blending sophistication with sheer, calculated evil. What's the statistical take on this predator, Boris?
Subject game hunter excels in cognitive warfare and tactical superiority. His high ranking is a function of his voluntary engagement in non-essential mortality induction for sport. His resource advantage ratio, weapons, sanctuary, terrain knowledge, is statistically overwhelming, generating a high hopelessness index in victims. However, his adherence to sporting ethics, offering a small window of initial escape, marginally reduces his lethality rating compared to the purely driven, unrestrained antagonists above him.
Breaking into our elite top 5, we return to the pitch black for the mutants from the descent. Perfectly evolved troglodytes of terror, who demonstrate a terrifying mastery of their subterranean domain. These are pure, sightless killing machines, Boris.
Subject mutants' high placement is due to their unparalleled sensory adaptation advantage and pack hunting efficiency. Their Zerolux operational zone nullifies the primary human defense mechanism of vision. Their methodology is characterized by silent, rapid engagement determination sequences, resulting in an extremely high survival rate differential in their favor. They represent a pure, physical, and inescapable threat, earning a 9.5 primal dread score, rooted in claustrophobia and the fear of the unknown deep.
The chaotic energy of our number 4 contender is terrifyingly modern, the residents from Eden Lake. The horror here is the unpredictable, escalating violence of a nihilistic pack. They don't just kill, they dismantle civilization. What's their destructive coefficient, Boris?
The residents are highly ranked for their high unpredictability score and escalation potential. They embody the societal breakdown horror submetric, where the threat is self-generated and rapidly multiplies via peer influence. Their lethality rating is enhanced by their lack of discernible motive beyond territorial dominance and sadism, making negotiation metrics statistically invalid. Their collective brutality and capacity for prolonged psychological and physical torment place them significantly higher than individual human threats with defined protocols.
Securing the bronze medal at number 3, we have the definitive outback terror, Mick Taylor from Wolf Creek. A true one-man monster, capable of casual, drawn-out sadism. A masterpiece of menacing minimalism, wouldn't you say, Boris?
Subject Mick Taylor's premium placement is a function of his exceptional individual performance metrics. He combines high tactical evasion, evading law enforcement across multiple narrative appearances, with a near perfect capture and retention rate. His expertise in advanced torture protocol and psychological disintegration ensures victims experience maximum pre-termination distress. Unlike pack threats, his singularity means the cessation of the hunt relies entirely on external intervention, generating a 9.7 isolation and despair index in his targets.
Taking the silver medal and claiming the number 2 spot, it's the visceral, territorial menace of the hillbilly clan from the Hills Have Eyes. A feral family unit whose grotesque appearance is matched only by their hunger for violence. They are the nightmare of civilization's failure. Boris, what gives them the statistical edge?
The hillbilly clan earns a superior ranking based on their familial unity coefficient and deep-seated territorial exclusivity. Their mutation and adaptation to extreme environmental conditions provide a significant durability bonus over conventional human threats. They utilize effective search and destroy strategies, displaying high target acquisition efficiency. Their methodology is relentless, driven by immediate need and territorial protection, making them less predictable than hunters for sport and more terrifying than most natural predators, resulting in a robust 9.8 unrelenting pursuit metric.
After a short break, we will reveal the number 1 position. Stay tuned. And finally, claiming the gold medal and the title of the Chillergeist Survival Horror Champion, it's the cannibals from Wrong Turn. The ultimate masters of the forest, turning a simple road trip into a trap-filled slaughterhouse. A victory well earned.
Subject cannibals achieve the undisputed number 1 ranking through their optimized combination of environmental weaponization and intergenerational threat sustainment. They possess a 100% terrain superiority rating, utilizing primitive, yet highly effective, traps and decoys to achieve optimal engagement success. Their longevity, high body count, and sustained threat across multiple appearances confirm a statistically unparalleled survival horror metric. They represent the perfect synthesis of territorial dominance, physical brutality, and relentless, unthinking malice, securing a perfect 10.0 unavoidable predation score.